Alright, just as a service to the other people out there who may be having some problems with this, decided to make this little video teach you how to deal with cover templates from Lightning Source. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to do is go to the Lightning Source dashboard or account at a glance. Go down to Cover Template Generator and click that, and that will bring up this screen. And let's move it down just a hair. Alright. Now, you'll need to fill out any area with a red check mark. Now, it may be a little difficult to see, but ISBN 13 has got a red check mark. And you'll put it in there with your dashes, and I just used one of mine for one of my upcoming books. Publisher reference number is up to you. Content type, whichever. If your interior is black and white, then you'll select that one. If it's color, you'll select this one. And you'll want to do that because the application of color ink versus black and white ink can change your spine width for your template, so you'll want to select whichever one it's going to be. Most people will have black and white. Paper type, same thing, can affect your cover or your spine width. So I'm going to select white for this one. If you want a cream, kind of a tan paper color in your book, you'll select cream, but I'm going to do white and laminate type gloss. It really doesn't affect the template really, so you know, I'm not even sure exactly why they put it on there, but you know, whatever. Okay. For this one, I'm going to select 8.5 by 11. Your book is probably going to be smaller than that. 8.5 by 11 is a regular piece of paper, but just for demonstration purposes, so it's nice and big, I'm selecting 8.5 by 11. Page count 500, just to give a little variation to the spine to be able to work with that on the video here. Probably will be less. Kudos if it's more. PDF is what I work in when I bring it into Photoshop. It's just easier to work with that format inside of Photoshop. Email address, whichever one you want it sent to, because they're going to email you this template file somewhere, and you need to have a valid email address in here. The price, I don't put it in there. I always leave the price out of the barcode in case the retailer wants to increase the price if I want to change it later. That way I don't have to redo my cover template and spend 40 bucks. So I don't put the price in the barcode. Alright, and once you have done that, let's go up here, move the little video window up just a hair. Alright, and it will tell you that it's generated your cover template file. This is the name of it. This is the list of settings for PostScripts and PDFs, but what you're wanting to do for this step is go down to the very bottom, and if you use Gmail, this will look very familiar. You can hit download this file, save it somewhere on your computer, and bring it up in Photoshop. Okay, this is where it's importing the PDF to Photoshop so that it can use it and you can make alterations. Everything in here looks good. I'm just going to leave it alone and hit OK. Now it's going to take just a second. Now we're left with this. Just kind of move the screen around just a little bit to kind of show the whole thing. The first thing you want to do is set up your stage. So let me make this a little bit bigger for this part of the video. So I'm going to pause the video for just a second. We'll be back at full screen. Alright, so now we're looking at the full screen, and we want to set this up to where we can actually use it a little better than what we're given right now. The first thing that I like to do is make a new layer. I'm going to call this the background. I'm going to drag it under layer 1 and fill it with white, just flat white, 100%. And let's zoom in just a little bit and kind of see what's going on here. That brings out all the other little details that we want to see that were transparent before. So next thing is to take the ISBN. I'm going to have to select layer 1 again, take the ISBN, just do a generous selection around it, and we're going to cut that out and hit paste again to free that from the guides. Okay, you want to be able to move this around, put it wherever you'd like. So we're going to rename that to ISBN. I'm going to rename the layer 1 with all these guides in it to guides. Alright, now the next thing I like to do in mine are separate the blue and pink dotted lines out of it. So what I will do is take the selection tool and make sure that all the blue dots and pink dots are within it, while I have the guides layer selected because that's the layer that they are located within. And I'll drag it on down and drag it over. And we're getting there, we're getting there, getting there. Alright, and almost there. Now, take it just to the point where the bottom of the blue dot will be selected. Hit cut and paste. Now, for this, we're going to fit everything on the screen again so we can see it, and just kind of line them back up. For this screen size, or for this cover size rather, the thing should snap back into place pretty quick. Let's see, let's make sure there's nothing along the top. Yep, it just snaps back into place. Okay, now we view full size again, or fit on screen, and turn that one off, and you can see the pink and blue lines disappear. So we're going to rename that guide lines, and we can rename the guides layer. You can leave it the same. I'm just going to put the LSI info because that's really all it is. And if you turn the guidelines off, you'll see that these black lines remain. And let me just pull it back out just a hair to go perspective. That's where it was before. It took a little bit of it with it, but that's okay. And you need to leave the black lines, but not the blue and the pink lines, because those will not be trimmed, whereas the black lines will be trimmed by your printer. Alright, something else that I like to do is to find my safety in the pink on both sides of my cover and my spine, which to do that, I'll just the same as selecting everything outside, I will go in and I will take my selection tool and take it to the just inside the pink area, so that it will not be touching, so that it will not be touching the actual pink dots whatsoever. And we're going to go down to the bottom right corner of our cover template, and we're going to take this to the bottom and inside the pink dots. Now what I'm going to do here is take a nice contrasting color like black and need to make a new layer first. So make a new layer, put it on top of everything else, and fill that with black, and go and do the rest of them before we zoom back out, just to make this a little faster. And we'll take it here and bring it all the way up to the top. So we start at the bottom right corner that time, and it doesn't really matter what order you go in, just so long as it gets done. Alright, and we'll take that, we'll make a new layer for the spine, And we will fill that one with black. And as you can see, the black isn't touching any of the, well, it's touching but not going through the safety. And we will do the same for the back cover. Just very quickly now. And you probably, some of you who may be advanced with Photoshop know why I'm doing this. If not, we will get to it in just a second. And I'll briefly explain that. So let's bring it all the way out to the end of the safety area. And we will make a new layer. And layer 3 is fine for just a second. And we'll fill that with black. Now let's bring it on out to fit on the screen. Now we have the entire safety area covered in black. Now I'm going to rename the front one over here to the right as front safety, the spine as spine safety, and layer 3, let's call that back safety. Okay.